Bună ziua, stimați telespectatori DCnews, DCnews TV, DefenseRomania. Un moment foarte dificil astăzi. Israelul a fost atacat în această dimineață de 7 octombrie. Suntem alături de Excelența Sa, Ambasadorul extraordinar și plenipotențiar al Israelului în România, domnul Reuven Azar, care ne acordă un interviu pentru toate site-urile trustului nostru. Your Excellency, thank you so much for this interview in this very difficult day.
Mulțumim, Bogdan.
7th of October 1985, the commercial navy Achille Lauro with passengers was hijacked by 4 Palestinians. One Israeli person was killed, 50 were taken in custody. It was a huge moment at the time. Do you think that 7th of October means something for the terrorists?
Well, I think that this attack, which is unprecedented in terms of scope, criminality, savagery, and cruelty, was taken at a timing that was planned meticulously by Iran, by Hamas, by the proxies of Iran, because they want to thwart the chances of peace in the region. Hamas has sworn to destroy the state of Israel. So what we are seeing now is completely unprecedented, and this made our Prime Minister to declare a state of war.
Sir, what is the military situation now in Israel? Because many civilians, I understand so far than 25 till now, were killed by the terrorists.
Yes, these are preliminary numbers, unfortunately. What we are seeing right now is a situation that is still going on in the south, in which Palestinian terrorists have infiltrated the territory of Israel, have abducted people, have killed indiscriminately civilians, women, children, and the first interest of our security forces is to take control of the situation in the south. In parallel, we are getting prepared and we are already attacking military targets in the Gaza Strip, and the cabinet, the Israeli government, will have to make decisions on how to respond in order to thwart this threat according to the recommendations that our security forces are going to propose.
There are informations that many, at least some civil Israeli soldiers were killed in this action so far, and in very awful conditions that I don't want to describe.
Yes, unfortunately, we've seen terrible images. We are seeing civilians and soldiers being killed. We are seeing civilians and soldiers being abducted. And this is a very severe situation. As I said, the level of cruelty and criminality are unprecedented. We are witnessing today in the Middle East a situation in which we have terrorist organizations that have upgraded capabilities that are similar to conventional armies. And this is as a result of the support that is being given by Iran, financially, training, technology transfer, etc. And this is a threat of a kind that Israel has to deal with. But we are not in a regular situation. This is a game changer, and therefore we have declared the situation of war, and we'll have to take all the means needed in order to thwart this threat.
Sir, can we say now that not only Hamas has attacked Israel, but Iran?
Yes,
the state
absolutely.
of Iran. Oh, this is the answer.
Absolutely, there's no doubt in that, and this is not new. Iran has been trying to encourage violence both from the Gaza Strip and in the West Bank. They've been involved, as I said, in contraband of weapons, in assessing and in supporting terrorists in many other different ways, in creating capabilities to attack Israel from different fronts. So we have no doubt who is behind this.
You expect also Hezbollah to attack Israel in the next hours?
Well, we would caution Hamas and Hezbollah not to try to attack us from the north. This will be very detrimental for them. I think that this attack is a complete miscalculation, and that they don't understand how the citizens of Israel and the government of Israel reacts to such situations. And they haven't seen enough, and they will see much more coming from the government of Israel.
Sir, can we say that a new war, a real war, started in the Middle East in this very morning?
Well, yes, I think that a new kind of war. We have seen many, Israel has been attacked in many ways
this spring
throughout
also.
history. Since the Arab Spring, we have seen a proliferation of terrorist organizations. These kind of attacks are changing all the time. Terrorist organizations are trying to find new ways of attacking Israel. From time to time, they succeed. But we are resolute not only to thwart the threats and to survive, but also to thrive. And this is the difference between a democratic country that actually is taking care of population and is trying to defend them against terrorist and military targets, and trying to have a good level of life, compared to terrorist organizations that are only interested in destruction, in criminal activity, that have zero interest in improving the conditions of the people that live in the Middle East, whether they would be Israelis or Palestinians or from any other nationality. So we have to take that into account, and we will have to be very resolute in order to thwart this threat in a more permanent way.
Did you inform the United Nations about this attack?
Well, this attack started only this morning, and right now we are concentrated in thwarting it, and I'm sure that our diplomats are going to take all the necessary measures in the UN, in different capitals, in order to receive the level of support that we deserve to exercise our right for self-defense.
In the last years, you made a lot of diplomatical efforts to have better relationships with many Arab countries. Yeah. Are you going to inform them as well and try to not support this awful attack against the State of Israel?
Well, I'm sure that most Arab countries are completely against this attack against Israel. In the last few years, we've seen an increasing level of common interest between Israel and its neighbors. We have, as you know, achieved peace with many of our neighbors, with Egypt, with Jordan. Through the Abraham Accords, we made peace with 4 additional Arab countries, and we are negotiating peace with the Saudis. I think that this attack is not going to thwart peace. On the contrary.
Definitely. But the war in Ukraine started by Russia. Would you consider that this war against Israel is similar from this point of view with the way how Russia attacked Ukraine?
Well, obviously there might be similarities, but we are not in the business of comparing. We are in the business of defending ourselves and trying to assess the capabilities of our enemies and deal with the threat. And this is exactly what we're going to do.
You have a strategical partnership with Romania. We know the statements made by President Iohannis, by Prime Minister Ciolacu, by many important Romanian leaders. Would you expect something from Romania now, maybe to bring kids in Romania because of the war, or any kind of humanitarian help that Romania can provide you? Because military Israel is one of the very top armies in the world.
Well, first of all, we appreciate the support of Romania. I think these statements coming from the leadership have been very encouraging. We thank the President, President Iohannis, the Prime Minister Ciolacu, and Foreign Minister Odobescu, and many other leaders who expressed support. At this point, we haven't requested any assistance. We are coping with the situation, and we will continue relying on the support of our friends, especially the moral support that they are giving us in order to exercise our right for self-defense.
The last question, Your Excellency. I have no doubts that Israel can defend itself, for definitely it will do so, but what will be the total cost for the foreign politics and the world as a whole?
Yes, well, I think that we have no choice but to fight the extremists and the fanatics. And what history has taught us is that when we refrain from thwarting the fanatics, we pay even a more costly price. And this is exactly what is happening right now. This threat in the Gaza Strip has been emanating for a long time. We've been trying to cope with it, to refrain after we've withdrawn from the Gaza Strip, to enter the Gaza Strip again. But I think that, like in the situation with Jenin, in which we had a place that was a source for emanating attacks against Israel, and we had to enter. Here we will have no choice but to take all the necessary steps in order to prevent further attacks against the state of Israel, and the cost will be higher. And when one has responsibility, one has to be ready to pay the cost in order to fulfill that responsibility.
Monday, it's a commemoration of the Holocaust, which is also very important for Israel. So this attack comes in a very, very bad moment for everybody, I'm afraid.
Yes, well, we appreciate the fact that Romania has determined a date, a national day, to commemorate the Holocaust that was executed in the Romanian territory. We commend the actions taken by the government, including the last action to introduce education of Holocaust remembrance and the history of the Jews into the curriculum of Romanian schools. I think this is part of Romanian history.
That's right.
Not just the history of the Jews.
Not
and therefore,
the history we want, but it's a part of our history.
Right. So looking at the darkest parts of history, I think help us to learn the lessons and take the necessary steps in order to have a stable, democratic and tolerant society. And we are thankful for the Romanian government for its current policies in this regard.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency.
Thank you.
And
Thank you,
all
Bogdan.
the best to the Israeli people.
Thank you.
Thank you.